This is John Kvale, and this is our Q3 newsletter to look out. I'm fresh off of a jog, freshly shaved, and hungry, so maybe that'll keep us from getting this too long. I'm going to release this on a Friday because I wanted to get it to you, but I put my mugshot in here so those of you know that I can dress not casual sometimes. So I'm going to move up over into the side. There we go. I'm going to get right to the Q3 newsletter. I must confess, this is one of the most challenging to write because it all fed into each other, and hopefully it looks simple to you. But before we start, newbies, I want to let you know we do this in a video audio podcast format. I try and keep this around 5 minutes, give or take, rather than an hour and 5 minutes on a podcast. But if you're driving down the street, listen to this, keep your hands on the wheel and be safe. So here we go, Q3 newsletter. Have a one announcement. Those of you that are in listen-only mode at the break-in, the TD Ameritrade Charles Schwab merger will happen over Labor Day weekend. For the most part, there's very little effects. We'll have a new login and a new account number, but everything else is, we've been actually preparing for this for quite some time. Everything else is going pretty much as planned. You clients, non-clients, I'll stop this in just a second, but clients, just understand that there'll be some paperwork that's associated with this, but no action that is needed. All right, let's get on to this. Dadgummit, one of my main. I'm going to run with this anyway to keep it shorter. I had a chart in here that just didn't pull because I'm not in good Wi-Fi. You guys can see it right here, but it'll be in the actual post. Not important. I can go without it. We're running here on full non-planned audio. Bottom line, interest rates have increased. Jerome Powell is still not getting inflation down to where he wants it. And it looks like once it comes down, it's going to be a little bit sticky at a higher level. So he's going to probably keep rates for longer for higher. How about this main article? And that is that rates are longer for higher. The majority of the rate increase is far behind us. That's what the graph that's in the lead graph in your newsletter. It takes a whole page, but it's not in this because the Wi-Fi is a little bit weak. Robert Arnott speaks up about, not about this, but his estimate. He's one of the few in his firm research affiliates. By the way, disclaimer. When you're estimating the future, as Yogi Berra says, it's hard to do because it is the future. There's lots of disclaimer. Those of you that are in listen-only mode, I've got that. Interestingly enough, his firm, this is a high-powered firm that basically is a research firm, a market research firm. Their estimate over the next 10 years of stocks is lower by this axis, and of course more risky than bonds. Why is that? Because rates are higher. A lot of this could change. It could not be true, but the neat part about this is, and I parlay this in, again, without that first graph that didn't come through on this, is that rates have gone higher. Now the pain of the majority of that is over, and we get to ride the bus with a higher earning, softer, bouncing, more conservative investment in the form of bonds. All right, so that's my main gist of this, and I can tell that the internet's messing up some of this formatting. I'll get it formatted a little bit better, but I want to go ahead and run with this. Anyway, another main article that I have in the newsletter is about the slow motion slowdown. It's likely not over yet. A lot of prognosticators are saying we've already bounced and the slowdown is over. And you never know. I'm hopeful. I'd like for it to be doubtful. We've had a very high increase in rates very quickly, and it looks like they're going to hold them there. And that is likely because there's some sneaky stimulus that is still in the system. I talk about the earnings, employee retention earnings credit and the bank fencing. Those are two very stimulating things. All right, let's get on to some fun stuff. Since it is summer, we got some great picks for you. Look at that Hill family. Thank you guys. I have to kind of pry them a little bit. In the newsletter, we have two parts, kind of personal. One is what our normal day looks like if there is a normal day. We do a heavy amount of research. We don't talk about it here. It's not to dazzle you with how much Wall Street talk that we know, but we do a lot of research, and I go into that kind of in brevity on what a normal day is, and it also speaks to how and why we set up our meetings and our appointments. In our summer plans, we got a great picture of the Hills and what they're doing, and then we got a great picture of the Capones, and man, boys are growing. The families have a lot going on. I know Donald and his family are very wrapped up happily in baseball, which is awesome. And I hope you guys have a chance to. I'm sending you this video, and the newsletters actually went out yesterday, and so I'm sending you this video on a Friday unusually. So I usually like to do calm and quiet, peaceful Fridays, but wanted to get this out to you because those newsletters are coming. Enjoy. We'll talk to you in the fall. Stay cool. It's pretty doggone hot here in Texas. Thank you for your time, and that is your Q3 wrap up.